the girl's tear fell into the medicine bowl, which her disabled brother drank by accident, and miraculously he stood up. This same girl, who once brought blessings to others, had just been treated as a curse by the whole village a day before, because she was an abandoned baby, raised in a cowshed by a poor family, surviving only on wild herbs and scraps. What no one knew was that she was born with great fortune. Anyone who treated her kindly would be blessed in return. But the villagers mistreated her, and slowly they all fell ill. One day the girl made a wish on a 4-leaf clover. She hoped to eat a full meal, and live in a house with a roof. Just then she met the lost wife of the military governor. The woman had lost her own daughter, and had been heartbroken ever since. Upon seeing the little girl, she suddenly picked her up and held her tightly. The butler and driver were stunned, but the governor's wife thought it was just her grief acting up. Seeing how dirty and pitiful the girl was, the kind woman tried to give her food, but the girl refused, then sadly pointed at the wild vegetables in her basket. The governor's wife was heartbroken, but standing for too long made her weak again. The girl gently held her hands, and wished for her to get well soon. Miraculously, the woman's strength returned immediately. She could even lift things she normally couldn't. Grateful beyond words, the governor's wife asked who the girl's parents were, and upon learning she was an orphan, decided to adopt her on the spot. In that moment, the girl's wishes had come true. Once home, the woman happily introduced the girl as her daughter. She excitedly showed her family photos, but when she mentioned the third son, her mood changed, because he was born disabled, and had to live in a wheelchair. The girl wanted to make him herbal medicine, but he was withdrawn and didn't want a sister. He pushed her away. The girl was heartbroken, and a tear fell into the bowl of medicine. Seeing how upset their mother was, the third son felt guilty, and quietly drank the medicine. To his shock, he began to feel his legs again, and then stood up. The governor's wife was overjoyed, and now viewed the girl as a true blessing. Even the third son began to smile again, and quickly grew fond of his new sister. But that night, the girl had a terrible dream. She saw her parents and brother in danger, and herself trapped in an endless nightmare. The governor's wife thought it was just a bad dream, but the girl believed it was a warning. When the military governor returned, he was safe and unharmed, and happy to learn of the lucky girl in his home. Soon after, the association president invited him to a banquet. He planned to introduce the girl there, but the girl recognized the president from her dream, and begged not to be separated from the governor. He agreed to bring her along. At the banquet, the president revealed he would only recognize the new governor if he could pick the real jade-faced Buddha from 6 identical ones. The girl stepped forward, and pointed to one. Everyone mocked her, but the governor trusted her without hesitation. His assistant warned him to be cautious, but the governor remained firm, saying if anyone dared make a move, he'd have them all killed. He asked the girl again. She explained the statue only looked fake, but if they smashed it, the true jade-faced Buddha would appear. The president flew into a rage, and ordered them killed, but just in time. The girl pulled out a gun and fired first. The governor smiled with pride, and suddenly, the statue began to glow with golden light.